going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I am doing all right, and I'm just relaxing on this Saturday. Thank the Lord we made it to the weekend, baby. And we're just going to chill out here, and I'm going to react to this great video that does not want to get set up easily, which is upsetting me. So don't you worry, Shifujo. There I am. All right. So it's called Five Stages of Spiritual Awakening. What stages are you in? Or something like that. And it's from Eye of Wisdom 87. So it looks like some good stuff. Okay. Over 2 million views, I think, in like 2 years, 2 to 3 years. So is going to be a good video. I tried reacting to a different video a couple minutes ago. It was boring, and I was just let's just say I had to scrap the video like a 1/10 of the way in because I was, never mind, never mind. Yeah, I was trying to be funny, and some things are better left off of the internet. So let's get back into this, okay? Your spirit longed for the solitude and silence that only a large group could provide.
Have you ever felt a profound shift in your life, as if you were awakening to a new understanding of yourself and the world? Spiritual awakening is like a unique journey, not a straight path, more like a DNA spiral. Some of us loop through stages, others skip, and each journey is tailor-made. While our paths differ, common elements unite us. Let's explore the 5 stages of spiritual awakening, keeping it simple and clear. Today, we are going to explore the 5 stages of spiritual awakening, offering insights into each stage and helping you identify which stage you might be in. At this initial stage of the spiritual awakening journey, one exists deeply within the realm of the ego. It's a state of being where thoughts and emotions govern without conscious awareness. The individual
So he's saying it bypasses the left brain and goes right to the subconscious, or the right brain, the emotional brain, I'm pretty sure is what he's saying.
Identifies closely with these thoughts and feelings, believing them to be an integral part of who they are. The ego holds a tight grip, leaving little room for a separation between the self and the subjective experience.
Yep,
In this state,
that's how they...
individuals may find themselves reacting to life rather than actively shaping it.
That's how they get us.
The sense of control is limited, leading to defensiveness, anger, and negativity. Life seems to unfold as if predetermined, and any encountered trauma reinforces a belief in a lack of control. The individual becomes entwined with their personal narrative, viewing life as something that happens to them rather than something they actively create. Seeing others is challenging during this stage, as perception is filtered through the lens of one's own experiences and projections. This lack of clarity hinders genuine understanding of others, fostering a skewed view of the world. The unconsciousness stage is characterized by a deep entanglement with the ego, blurring the lines between the self and the external world.
Yeah, they don't even know. This is like bot stage, I'm pretty sure. Is like you're in lower base consciousness all the time. Power, food, sex, money, whatever. Stupid things, fleshly desires that lead to peril and doom.
The journey towards spiritual awakening begins with this realization, acknowledging the need to break free from the unconscious patterns and explore the deeper layers of existence.
That's the beginning.
It marks the starting point for the evolution towards greater self-awareness and connection to the profound aspects of the human experience.
Okay.
In 2026, something incredibly rare will happen. There will be 3 Fridays the 13th in the same year. This
sounds demonic.
In connection to the profound aspects of the human experience. As one progresses on the spiritual awakening journey, they encounter the transformative stage known as ego death. This phase involves a profound breakdown of the ego, the subjective self,
Yes, when I had the death of my ego in 2023 during my sacred secretion activation, at first it was pure bliss and all knowledge and super consciousness and downloads. And then a week or two in, you start to go through the like borderline schizo phase because you're not sleeping as much or eating. And you think everything's fine because you're in like bliss mode 24/7. And then after that, then I had the death of the ego one night on the dark night of the soul. Um, but yeah, let's see where they go with this.
It shapes one's identity and perceptions. It's a process where the identity constructed around labels such as gender, age, race, and beliefs is dismantled. Ego death is not a physical demise, but a dissolution of the tightly held beliefs about who one is. The
Yeah,
individual comes to the realization that the ego, the story they've been telling themselves, is not the essence of their being.
but merely just the outer layer. We are many layers like an onion, and as you peel back these layers, you get closer and closer to who you really are at the center of your being.
All the ideas and concepts built around life, God and religion are wiped clean, leaving a sense of emptiness and detachment. What emerges from this stripping away of the ego is an internal space, a separation between the subjective self and the observer self. In the unconscious stage, this observer self was obscured, but now it becomes more apparent. The individual starts to comprehend that they are not solely the thoughts, emotions, and identity associated with the ego. Ego death brings forth an awareness of the observer self, the part that quietly observes and experiences life without being entangled in the narratives of the ego. The individual begins to recognize that the ego is not the true self. It is a construct formed by societal conditioning, personal experiences, and learned behaviors. This stage prompts a fundamental shift in perspective, opening the door to a deeper understanding of the self.
Okay.
The journey through ego death is about recognizing the illusion of the ego, understanding that the story one
Like they said, recognizing that it's just an illusion of self. This is how others might perceive us, but more spiritually adept individuals will see us for who we truly are underneath um, that layer of base reality where you see this fleshly body. The second layer, I guess, would be understanding the words I speak and understanding that those words are coming from who I really am, like the depths of my soul or my brain or whatever you believe in. Some people don't believe in the soul; they just think everything's coming from the brain. Regardless, you know for a fact, no matter if you're spiritual or not, you know the brain is the supercomputer. It is like the motherboard. It is where all the information is going to and from, to and fro. You know what I mean? And this is what it is.
tells themselves is not the core of their existence. It signifies a transition towards a more profound self-awareness, paving the way for further exploration into the layers of consciousness and the nature of reality.
The search.
Moving beyond ego death, the spiritual awakening journey enters the phase known as the search.
Wow.
During this stage, individuals embark on a quest for understanding, seeking what is commonly referred to as the truth.
Yeah.
The search involves
The search involves rabbit holes, bro. Lots of rabbit holes. Alice in Wonderland. Let's
the
go.
deep
I'll meet you at the bottom of the rabbit hole.
exploration of existential questions, a desire to unravel the mysteries of one's existence. In the search phase, individuals often turn to various sources for guidance. They may engage with spiritual literature, seek wisdom from spiritual teachers, and immerse themselves in videos exploring profound ideas.
That's the one.
The motivation behind this quest is a sincere desire to grasp the essence of who they are, why they were born, the meaning of life, and the
Yes, in-depth questions. But the trick was when I had my spiritual awakening, I was kind of hit in reverse. The way this guy is breaking it down, I almost went through the exact inverse of this. So he's saying this would be the next step, but this was kind of the initial kaboom, like when I when the sacred secretion was activated in my body for the first time. It was the strongest activation ever. Nothing will compare, but I'll always have that memory.
Nature of God. This search is not merely an intellectual pursuit, it is a heartfelt exploration fueled by a genuine longing for clarity and purpose. The individual delves into spiritual practices such as meditation, contemplation, prayer, or channeling, driven by an inner urge to connect with a higher understanding. As
Bro, you're gonna make me cry. Stop doing this to me. Bro, I can't. You're gonna make me cry. Stop
As
it.
they navigate through this stage, individuals may find solace in spiritual teachings that resonate with their evolving awareness. Reading becomes a pathway to enlightenment, with each insight bringing a sense of lightness and connection. This phase is marked by an eagerness to absorb knowledge that aligns with the emerging understanding of self and the universe. As the spiritual awakening journey progresses, individuals reach a crucial juncture marked by the emergence of the authentic self. This stage is characterized by a profound shift away from pretense and the conscious acknowledgement of one's true nature. In the emergence of the authentic self, the individual reaches a point where the facade they may have presented to the world begins to crumble. Pretending becomes increasingly challenging, and a sense
I see why he's going in this order, because after the death of the ego comes this, the shattered illusion of your past reality, um, according to the viewpoints of others around you, those around you, and yourself.
of discomfort arises when trying to conform to societal expectations that no longer resonate with the evolving sense of self. This phase often unveils the individual's genuine essence, akin to the self they were before societal conditioning influenced them. It's a
Yeah,
return to the authenticity of
it's who you were from the conception, even preconception, I would argue, your true essence. That it's just who you were from 0 to 5 or 0 to 10 years old, before the identity took a full hold of you and said, okay, I'm Joshua Dutczak. Well, what are you? I'm a student who goes to school and I do this and I go to work and I do that and I like basketball. I also like, you're more than all that. You're more than all that. That's base layer nonsense. It's not nonsense. I don't mean to belittle it. It's great to find things that you love to do, like me making videos right now or whatever. But we're just beyond all these things. You can't just put us in this little box. Right now, you see me talking and I'm in a what? In a box. But you can't contain that just because it looks like I'm in a box. That's just what it is on the internet. Me right here, I'm free. And I guess you could argue I'm in a bigger box because I'm in my room right now, which is a square, right? And then in a bigger one, which is the apartment, and then in a bigger one, which is the whole apartment complex, and then a bigger one, which is the town. And you could extrapolate that, but still, you cannot confine the soul to one destination. We transform through time. We are not limited by time. I know it seems like it. It really seems like it, because these overlords, these sickos, and yeah, I don't believe in like lizard people like running the world. I just think it's people being influenced by demonic oppression. Um, but either way, it's clearly raining down from the top, and they do a whole lot of work in what we take in through our eye gates and our ear gates, and they wish to control us, minimize us, make us good little worker bees. I do a lot of videos on stuff like that, so check out my longer format videos if you want to go down these little rabbit holes with me, and let's go.
observed in childhood, a time when societal expectations had yet to mold and shape the individual's identity. During this stage, there is a heightened awareness of what genuinely aligns with the inner self. Unbalanced relationships, occupations that don't resonate, and
Okay.
pursuits that no longer serve the authentic self begin to fall away.
That's the important part, because they have all lost their meaning. You used to feel like you had this divine connection to these things, and slowly, either one by one or all at once. Sometimes, if you have a really powerful spiritual awakening like I did, it all dissolves all at the same instant. It just changes. You just poof, the second that oil went down your spine and went back up and it hit the pineal gland, or it reached the optic thalamus, the light of the world again, and illuminated your lamp, because now you brought your lamp with oil because you are one of the wise men. You were not one of the foolish ones who brought a lamp with no oil. These are the parables you'll find in the Bible that talk about the metaphysical um, occurrences that can come to fruition in our body if we go about it correctly. You have to be positive. You have to be loving it, have loving energy. Your heart chakra has to be burst open. You have to be positive. You have to eat clean. You have to hold your seed if you're a male, if you're a man. So no porn, no corn, guys. Oops. Oh, whoop-de-doo. This video is going to get like 4 views. It doesn't matter if I said it. But I usually am trying to say like corn or cornography. Corn on the cob. That's bad. That's bad. Learn what it's really doing. It feels good, but how do you feel right after? Why do you think there's something such thing as a post blank clarity? I'm not going to say it on here. But yeah, where you're like, oh, okay, now what was so like turned you on and made you all like, yeah, this is great. All that, it's almost like the polar opposite. You don't just go back to baseline where you could go with or without. You're like appalled. You feel like, what am I doing? And you close it. Yeah, that should tell you something. That's your conscious telling you, and not your conscious brain. That's the consciousness of your soul telling you. It is crying out to you, bro, and they have deceived you. Why do you think it's the only thing in the world that's free? Nothing is free. You got to pay $40 or more just to have internet every month. Why do you think that all these things are free, but they're paying the people who are doing it because they need it? And so they're putting themselves in a net negative financially. And why would they be doing that? Because it's worth it. The payoff is worth it. They're taking your soul. They're sucking energy out of you. Do you get it? They're siphoning your divinic, Christ-like energy. And they are bringing you into this low vibrational state. I could go on about this all day, bro.
The individual feels an increasing inability to suppress their true voice and an unwillingness to compromise on their genuine desires. In many instances, this stage involves significant life changes. Jobs may be left, relationships re-evaluated, and living situations altered to align with the emerging authenticity. This period can be marked by a sense of upheaval, as the old energy that no longer resonates is shed, making space for the influx of new energy.
Yes.
In addition to external shifts,
welcome to 5D, my friends.
The emergence of the authentic self often triggers internal transformations. Old emotional wounds and psychological traumas may resurface for acknowledgement and release. Emotional roller coasters become a common experience as the individual undergoes a purging process. Physically, the body may manifest ascension symptoms as it adjusts to the new energetic frequencies. These symptoms
Ascension symptoms are weird. I've heard ringing in my ears. I thought I literally had tinnitus, and I thought it was going to be the rest of my life. And it only lasted like a couple days or a week or two or something. But then it led into me having the sacred secretion activation. So
can range from heightened intuition to lucid dreams, premonitions, and other multidimensional.
I wouldn't even call those symptoms. I'd call those direct results of it. Symptoms are a little different, symptoms like symptoms when you're coming off of opiates, yawning in the early before you get really like dopes, like yawning, and all that stuff like that, eyes watering, those are symptoms. Okay, so when I'm saying that, that's what I was talking about when I gave my recent example. But that's more like as a result of. And I guess you could argue symptoms are kind of like that too. But I still see a difference. I don't know the exact word to use. But let's get into this.
Experiences. The individual becomes attuned to a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them.
Yes.
When I'm thinking of ascension symptoms, I'm thinking of, like I told you, ringing in my ears. It sounded like it, and it wasn't even yet that your ears are picking up sound around you. It's that your brain is tricking your body into thinking that, because that's usually what you do, is you're hearing external sounds. But this is different. This was going on from your brain. So it's like your brain was like going like that, vibrating quicker, vibrating higher than usual. So it's thinking it's picking something up. It's not, but it's telling you, oh, I'm hearing this, and that was the ringing from the tinnitus. Also, I've heard tingling in the brain or around the brain stem where it goes to the back of your neck. I've heard warm, like getting warmer and warmer, or hot, even like hot flashes, things like that. Those are symptoms of onset spiritual awakening. Okay.
Nature's antibiotic sale actually ends today. Yes, this sale ends
So sorry,
today. This is your last.
This is ridiculous.
Deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. In the final stage of the spiritual awakening journey, individuals transition into a life of alignment. This phase signifies a harmonious integration of every aspect of oneself with the surrounding world. It goes beyond the emergence of the authentic self and extends into a profound connection with all facets of existence. Living a life of alignment involves a deep understanding and connection with oneself, the soul, the mind, and the body. There's a compassionate acceptance of one's limitations and a forgiving embrace of the imperfections that make up the individual essence. It is a state of being where self-compassion becomes a guiding principle.
Okay.
The alignment also extends to relationships with others. Having embraced one's authentic self, there is a natural overflow of compassion and forgiveness for the limitations of others. The individual recognizes that each person is on their unique journey, and there is an understanding that everyone is doing the best they can with their current awareness. This phase
It helps you to become peaceful, loving, accepting, and, like it just says right here, nurturing, being able to take care and welcome people in. Not only do you change your own attitudes, behaviors, and feelings and emotions, but you change theirs, everybody around you as well. And that means you make the whole atmosphere a beautiful thing. Do you feel me? So it's not just limited to you and the other person. It's the atmosphere. It's an aura that's coming out of you. And like our natural aura from our electromagnetic toroidal field that's coming from our heart, which pumps, not only does it just pump blood, is what they tell us it does, and they act like it only does that. It does a lot more than just those things. It actually creates a toroidal field around us about 3 feet out. So if you can reach your arms out like fully and extend it, it would go to the tip of your fingers, maybe a little further or shorter, depending on your arm length, on your wingspan. But yeah, and this is a real thing, dude. And you basically make that whole field peaceful and welcoming for all life. Even that's why, if you're in a very good state or state of mind, or peaceful or happy and outgoing, and even if you're not, but naturally that's your default mode, you're just a good person, that's why kids, that's why animals, they're all drawn to you naturally, you see, because you have a very welcoming and non-threatening energy about you. And that's a beautiful thing.
involves becoming the nurturer for oneself, being the supportive parent one may have needed earlier in life. It is a journey towards unconditional self-love, fostering an environment of understanding and kindness within. As this self-love deepens, it naturally extends towards others, fostering compassion in interpersonal relationships. A life of alignment is not limited to the human realm. It extends to a broader connection with the world. Individuals realize their interconnectedness with nature, the trees, plants, animals, the air, the earth, and even inanimate objects.
That's true, dude. One time I was, my eyes were poop from a little Lucy, right? when I was younger, and I put this empty cup in my buddy's sink, and I was talking to the sink saying, "I'm sorry, I have to put this here. I don't mean to inconvenience you, bro. Are you serious?" Then I had to explain to my buddies when I got back, and they're like, "What took you so long to throw your cup away?" Or whatever, and I had to explain to them, and we were crying, laughing. They were like, "Dude, are you serious? You had a full-on conversation with a sink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, sinks have feelings too, you jerk." I was just telling my buddy that at work too. That's funny. Oh, crazy times, but better times ahead because W being clean. You know what I mean? No narcotics, baby. Drug-free.
This interconnectedness becomes a lived reality rather than a mere conceptual understanding. While a life of alignment acknowledges the beauty and light in existence, it also encompasses a compassionate acknowledgement of the darker aspects. This
Okay.
isn't viewed with cynicism, but with understanding and an awareness that every aspect contributes to the richness of the human experience.
Yeah, just being honest.
If this video resonated with you, please consider sharing it with someone you think would appreciate it. Feel
That's
free
what
to
we
leave
just
your
did.
thoughts or experiences in the comments below.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah, so if you're into spirituality, check out this gentleman's channel, you know. That's all I got in this video. Thanks so much for stopping by. Until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and live lavishly. And I'm going to see all of you in the next reaction video. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out Sigma Reacts. Until next time, I love you all. Peace. Any second now.